Hey, what's up everybody? This is Osabrick501 and today I want to go over a really good resource pod farm for people that are just getting into expeditions, aren't super high into challenge tiers, and are wanting to upgrade their gear so they can keep progressing through that system. Now before we get into the video, less than 5% of people that watch my videos are subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with all of my uploads. So if you haven't gotten that far into the game, if you haven't gotten into expeditions and the challenge tiers, once you start progressing into that endgame system, your items will start taking titanium and resource pods to continue to upgrade from level 42 to level 50, which is the cap. And even upgrading an item one level, say from like 45 to 46, is a massive power increase. And going from challenge tier to challenge tier, especially once you start to get into higher challenge tiers, adds a pretty sizable challenge increase. Having your items continually upgraded to keep up with what challenge tiers you're on is incredibly important to be strong enough to keep progressing. And if you're playing solo, or I guess playing a Devastator, it can take you quite a lot of time to also farm up these resource pods to keep upgrading your items. But by doing this farm, you'll actually be able to keep your items upgraded more frequently because of how much of them you can get through this farm compared to farming some of the lower challenge tier expeditions. Now my last two videos are going over a scrap farm and a titanium farm, and we're going to be using both of those to do this farm. So essentially how it works is you farm up items to sell to a vendor, which is the best way to get scrap. Then with that scrap you buy titanium from a vendor. With that titanium you go to Tiago in your expedition camp and he allows you to buy resource pods for that titanium. You can buy 2 resource pods for every titanium, and this works out well because once your items start to take those resource pods to upgrade, it usually takes more resource pods than it does titanium, so you can keep using some of your titanium for extra resource pods to keep upgrading your gear. And I would recommend going and watching those videos if you want more detailed videos on them. I'm still going to go over all of that in this video, just going to be a little bit quicker. And also keep in consideration that if you're already at higher challenge tiers in the expeditions, you probably won't need to worry about this as much, because once you start getting 10 plus in expeditions, you're getting a lot more resource pods, so you don't have to worry about it as much. But it takes a lot of time to get there if you're doing new characters, if you're playing solo, if you're playing Devastators. It's all going to add up on time, so getting these as easily as possible when you're at low challenge tiers is going to be very helpful. So first off, how I farm scrap for this is I go to World Tier 15, I go to the main mission checkpoint called Trench Town, and then go to push back the insurgents in No Man's Land. This is going to take you up a hill where you're fighting through trenches, killing bunches of enemies. There's tons of breachers, tons of elites that drop lots of items. You're going to clear out almost all the enemies, leave a few alive so they can kill you. It'll take you back to the start of this mission with all the enemies alive, so you can just rinse and repeat, do that. Then once you have those items from farming that, you're going to go to a vendor. You can go to Bailey in your camp. You're going to sell all those items to her for scrap. Then with all that scrap, you're going to buy titanium. And then with that titanium, you're going to go to Tiago in your camp and buy resource pods. Now with this scrap farm, with me being a little bit better geared, I can farm around 700,000 scrap in an hour. Keep in consideration that if you're lower geared, you're not going to be able to do that near as quickly, but with my gear, that's how much roughly I'm getting an hour. So with that 700,000 scrap, I'm going to buy titanium. That's going to give me a little over 2,000 titanium an hour. Then I'm going to take the titanium, go to Tiago, and with that titanium, I can buy 2 resource pods for 1 titanium. So this is going to give me between 4,000 and 4,500 resource pods an hour. Now, if you're lesser geared, if you're at lower expeditions, the first few levels of expeditions, even if you're getting gold and doing the first few challenge tiers, are barely even going to give you 100 resource pods. So doing this in an hour is a very, very good for when you're at that point where you can do World Tier 15, but you're only at the first few challenge tiers. And if you just go do this for a few hours, you'll have a bunch of resources saved up, so you can just plow through the challenge tiers, because you'll be able to keep upgrading your items to keep up with your max level, to then get to the higher challenge tiers, to allow you to only have to farm challenge tiers to get the resources you need for upgrading at that point. So just a quick TLDR, farm the Trench Town mission we went over for items on World Tier 15. Sell all those items to a vendor, buy titanium with all that scrap, take that scrap to Tiago, buy resource pods with all that titanium, and then keep your items upgraded while you're trying to progress through the challenge tiers. So subscribe if you want to see more Outriders or other videos. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about this farm, and thanks for watching.